and welcome back to another video. This one's going to be on reviewing the recent FC Live promo that we've got. Somebody asked specifically about my opinions on new cards coming out. I thought that would be interesting. I know that I've got a pretty particular set of requirements I need my players to fit under for me to actually look to include them in the team. So we're trying out a couple things for the channel. This will be a new thing. If it does well, then we'll keep on going with it. If not, no big deal. But there's a couple aspects to the channel, I guess. We've got like tutorials and stuff, but then there's the gameplay, and then there's specifically what I'm looking for with the players who I'm selecting. So there's a couple things. Hopefully this will all help everyone understand what I'm looking for in that whole like holistic version or holistic view of how I play FIFA. So we're going to take a look here, try to go through this quickly. Victor Osimhen first. I do believe he's lean tall, not a unique body type. Power Shot Plus, one of the best attacking playstyles this year, bar, like, no question. I was going to say bar none, but without a doubt. Portrait Plus Plus, people say, is messed up. I haven't used it, but they say it's kind of a little bit off. But Advanced Forward is good. Target Forward you can kind of mess with and get to work, but Advanced Forward seems to be the way to go. His particular layout means low on agility and dribbling. It depends if you need passing for him. I probably would, which means he looks like an engine for me. Shooting's good enough. You could do like a marksman to max it out there, pretty much. And that gives him a 90 overall for dribbling versus Engine's 88, but the balance and agility will help. Extra agility is good for shooting, too. It just means they're on balance more as they're taking their shots. Chip doesn't matter. Power header I never use. Some people might take advantage of that, but I'm looking at the cards here, so we're going to say no real use to me. Tech minus is okay, actually, or tech base. It's better than tech base was last year. It's okay to use here and there, but he's going to be heavier while doing it, so there's a bit of question with it. Rapid Plus is fine, Quick Step's fine for him, Acrobatic you're probably not going to use much, so he'll be a fun card with the power shots, and Advanced Forward means his attacking positioning should be really good. On top of that, he's going to be really fast. On the ball, he's going to be a bit of a mess, though, so not somebody I would use even if I got him untradeable for free. Okay, we'll look at Benzema. Everyone should know Finesse Plus is also just wild this year. False 9 plus plus, False 9 means they go wide. False 9 is what I would want to use more than any other role for strikers, but it's programmed wrong, so it's not worth experimenting with too much. For now, hopefully they fix it at some point. Benzema, even with average medium, it's not one of the better body types. He's been phenomenal in past years with his attacking AI, so the question always with his cards coming out is how well programmed is this card going to be? Is he just going to get into the right spot better than basically anybody else in the game for you? Even with some of the other stats being a little bit lower. Agility and balance are actually better than I would normally think for his cards. It depends on how you want to use them. If you're trying out the false 9 stuff, then the addition to passing would be great. Otherwise, he could also be a marksman. Those are the two I look for on my... Where's marksman? Two I look for on my strikers a lot. Marksman getting the finishing as high as possible. Engine just kind of helping with balance and general ability to get into shooting positions. So the question for you really is, do you want him to sprint into space and try to get as open as possible to take a shot where the balance doesn't really matter? Or is he going to face up with opponents a little bit more and you need to dribble and maneuver side to side sometimes, and you need the better balance stat for that? So kind of between those two. I'd probably try him out if I got him, but he's 6'2", he's 6'1", so he'd feel really bad on the ball for me. Wouldn't be somebody who lasts wouldn't be somebody who lasts long in the team for me, but he might just score you an absurd amount of goals regardless. 4-star is great. Incisive is actually really nice to have, even with, especially with 88 vision and short pass. So it's not bad at all to have, especially for like some first time passes here or there. You're basically using triangle all the time with him when you're passing then. First touch, one of the most important playstyles in the game for me. Tech minus, as we talked about, is okay. Relentless is great. Fellow's great. So everything there is actually pretty decent. He's not really missing anything per se. Obviously, as the game goes on, you'll want press proven and maybe a power shot, maybe a ticky. But for now, you know, as all of the cards are a bit limited, there's not any necessarily massive downside to him. He's just not going to be fun to me because he's tall and control lengthy. All right, Xavi Simons here. Ticking, incisive, my two favorite. Well, Ticking, incisive, and pinged are the three that are important for me. Any one of those at least is really important, but having two of them is really nice. Finesse Plus, as we talked about, phenomenal. Tech minus, fine. Flare, First touch and Trivela, good. Mostly explosive with average and lean for body type. There. One of the better body types in the game. Passing's got a good layout. Dribbling is well-rounded again. You've got Shadow Striker plus plus, which means you're essentially kind of using him as a striker. It'd be the same too for me. I'd be looking Engine or Marksman. Engine gets dribbling up really high and agility balance is great. Shooting might be a little bit low for you, so if you're trying to do more with the finesses, then Marksman, I think, getting that set up higher. His passing's probably in a good enough spot to last you for now. Obviously, the other thing to mention with these cards is they can all upgrade, so they'll get additional role pluses or positions, they'll get additional playstyle pluses eventually if they go far enough. They're all connected to some pro, so it depends on how well that pro does in the esports tournament. But is it worth 1.1 million? No. If I had him, would I use him? He'd probably muscle out my other cams just by that slight enough margin, mostly because Finesse Plus is rarely spammable. The rest of it, he's okay. He's not going to be phenomenal again. I wouldn't be spending this much on him. He's like 2 to 300k. If he does drop down, then I'd say that's probably a good price range for him. Maybe 4 to 5. But we've got enough Bundesliga cams already with Musiala as SBC. If you did him, this guy's not really going to muscle Musiala out because you already invested money into that card. So depends on who you've got in your team. But if you pack him untradeable, that's going to be great. Gabby Jesus, always one of the better body types in the game. He does have a unique one. He's normally able to be mostly explosive, sometimes explosive. This card cannot be. His strength and his agility are... Or strength's 80, which means he can't be explosive no matter what. He'd have to be 79 strength to be explosive. But mostly explosive is pretty good. Passing is high enough for a striker. Dribbling is well-rounded, but higher than any of the cards we've looked at, so that's really nice. Trivela Plus doesn't mean they do Trivelas better, as far as I know. It just means they're more likely to perform a Trivela from certain angles. So it's not a great playstyle plus to have, and then he's lacking some others. Tech, First Touch, Relentless is fine, but no shooting playstyle sucks on a striker. Well, Trivela's kind of a shooting playstyle, so take that as it is. Trivela finishes are phenomenal, and so are long shots. But he's missing the passing and an actual normal finishing one. As well as maybe a press or a trickster would be nice. The rest, his unique body type and the high dribbling stats that will make up for some of it. He's somebody you could probably get away with on a basic. If you don't need to increase the dribbling all that much, you get this great well-rounded increase to everything pretty much. Passing gets almost as good as it would be on an engine, which is here. Only difference is 8 curve and then 8 crossing I don't care about, but 4 extra curve. Engine gives a really nice agility balance boost there. The question here is really going to be, what layout do you want for the dribbling stats? I think Engine leaving the ball control lower is a bit questionable to me. If you're using him as a solo striker, I would do Marksman. In my 4-2-3-1-2 variant, if he's up top, he'd be the one I'd go with. If he's kind of partnered by somebody else, or if some of the attacking weight is off of him, if you've got maybe wingers next to them, I'd probably go with basic just for some additional passing creativity and a little bit of the boost to sprint speed. Just because you're going to be using him not as the sole threat in front of goal, so the finishing maybe not going to matter if you can get some passes with him too. Phenomenal card, not going to be worth the 1.3 million again. Again, the question is going to be upgrades. But I think the playstyles are going to just limit him a little too much to really be fun for me right now. His eventual price is probably going to be 1 to 1.2 million. But it's really pricey on a card like this, and you're likely to lose out with him if his pro doesn't do well. So, phenomenal card if you get untradeable, probably not going to be worth it for the market value. Look at Ake next. We'll try to go a little quicker with the defenders, I think. Body type, I never care too much about on defenders. Aerial minus is good, but 5'11 means I'm basically not looking to use this guy at all. Roll pluses are fine. Anticipate's good. Bruiser is okay. Block is nice, but occasionally. I'd rather have intercept and anticipate because you use them a lot more than block. Block might save you, but only so many times a game, whereas these make a much more difference throughout the entirety of the match. Controlled also isn't the greatest for center backs. Normally you want lengthy, mostly lengthy, one of those. Dribbling's high for center back overall, but the reactions composure are pretty low. Passing's fine. Everything here is fine. He's also not going to be somebody worth 400k. So he's missing some of the addition playstyles and being tall, really. Plus it's the Prem. You've got Saliba and VVD already, so you really don't need him. Hammerbot, I don't use holding plus. I do use deep lying playmaker. Dribbling is higher than I would have thought. Control length, the average tall means not somebody I would be looking at. Very mid card, I would say. Defending's fine, dribbling's fine, physicality's pretty good, passing's fine. Nothing really exciting about the card, but if you need the links for Fenerbahce, then he's fine to go with, or for Morocco. But press proven minus is okay. Actually, that might make his dribbling a little better. Pinged is pretty good to have just to escape some situations. Aerial to save you occasionally. Missing anticipate, he's fine, but he's not somebody to spend too much time thinking about, I would say. This card's an odd one. He's average and normal. It doesn't actually say here, that's interesting. I'm pretty sure he was average and normal according to Footbin. Average and normal, yeah. Sometimes these websites just forget to mention it, I guess. Tech Plus on a right back. If you're using him, I'd have wing back on him. I don't know. I've never used Tech Plus on a right back, honestly. It might save you in some situations, but the dribbling overall kind of low for now. Unless he gets the upgrades, in which he'll go up to like 90 dribbling probably and be okay there. He would have to be a Guardian for me, which is, where is that one? Here. Because I would really want the on-the-ball feel to go up if he's going to be a 4-star skiller in Tech Plus for me. You're basically accepting the passing is going to be awful with him, and you're going to have to dribble your way into better passing opportunities. That's basically how you're using him. 90 stamina's okay. With Relentless minus, that's really good. Jockey and Interceptor both good. Whipped pass, not so great. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this card. If he looks like... I'd have to look into his pro. If he looks like he'll get upgrades, I'd probably go with him. 163k is not bad. For the French links, Byron links, somebody who can be in your team for quite a while. It's not like there's a lot of right backs that come along and really replace players per league. There's some good right backs in the game, but only like one per league, So this could be the best Bundesliga right back for a while. But yeah, it's just the passing. Like, defending ends up really high here on that Guardian. Guardian, basically the best defensive and dribbling comp style in the game in both categories. Shooting doesn't matter. Pace, I'd say, is fine. Control explosive, Average and lean, average and normal is meh. I don't know. If you need this card for your links, I'd say go with him. I'd have more fun with him than Kimmich, but Kimmich escapes so many situations with just long ball and then press proven minus, so would he be that much better than him? Just in terms of the pace and nothing else, I'd think. I'm 50-50 on whether I'm going to do that card. Gavin Birch, is he going to be worth the price, would be the question. Anticipate's good, Incisive is good. Finesse really depends on where you're using him. No CDM deep lying playmaker, so he doesn't have a position that I'd actually use him in. Dribbling's actually quite nice. This looks like a basic to me. You just accept the plus in every category for that. Gives him actually really nice passing, Incisive minus. He can get out of some good situations there. Defending's fairly low, but you kind of accept that with a card like this, and you say, hey, I've got a taller player here. Sometimes he'll just defend better because he's taller, with Anticipate minus. Lean tall is actually a better, taller body type, so that's not bad. It's just he's really expensive, so helps. Long ball is really spammable. It's not a playstyle I use a lot to spam over the tops. I just kind of get out of certain situations with it. But you can definitely do some effective things in the game with it. Let's say Flare, not great. The rest is all good. Just not going to be worth the price. But if you have this card, he's probably going to be somebody who can last in the team for quite a while. Press proven, deep lying. This one's interesting. Intercept plus is a really good playstyle. Lean medium, not the best. But press proven's going to make up for that somewhat. 4-4, mostly explosive, 5-10. Dribbling, not bad. Defending. He's got no passing playstyle, which sucks. So that would mean I kind of would want to increase the passing. Where is Guardian again? I feel like I'd want a Guardian on him to make up a bit for the body type. Stamina's a bit low for CDM. He'll be really good defensively with Intercept and Anticipate, basically the two best defensive playstyles, and then Bruiser, not bad to have either. Shooting doesn't matter. Pace is a little low, but you kind of accept that. That's okay for how I would use him. He's extinct. Interesting. He's not somebody I'm too excited about. The body type kind of throws me off. I've already got Stanway and Alex Garcia in that position. Alex Garcia with Press Proven Plus, he's just going to escape a lot more situations than he will, even with 4-4 versus 3-4, 3-3. This card is fine. If he ends up being 100k and you need the Argentina or the Bayer links or something like that, that'd be just fine. He's not somebody I would go for, even though I've got a Bundesliga team. The Ox has right mid wide playmaker. If I was using my 4-3-3, let's actually see. Average and medium, not the best. Controlled explosive 5-9's okay. Controlled explosive means you'll be able to get by your opponents pretty well, but he's not going to be the best on the ball. Dribbling's well-rounded again. Sometimes looking at dribbling, I hope that these two are a little bit lower and that the agility and balance are really high, because you might get like 88 dribbling, but these two are like 96, 94, and then these are both 88 there. Then you put a marksman on, and it really bumps those up to high levels with already high stats up there. But marksman's decent. With power shot plus means you'll basically, well, he's got trickster and power shot, so you can do the volley flick ups into power shots, which will be phenomenal. Wide playmaker, not something I'm looking to use. Cam, I've got enough. He'd probably be somebody that makes my bench. Partially just because you bring him off the bench and use power shots. He doesn't look awful, but actually 78 defending is kind of interesting for if you use him at right mid. But again, you'd have to do wide playmaker. I've already got Malen out there. He's not going to replace Malen. 62k is not bad, but it's linking him. So if you've got an all-England team, you can try using him if you're tired of like Foden or Saka. But again, not somebody I would go with. Insigne has always been an interesting card in FIFA. I don't think this one's the best formatted. He's missing passing, which sucks. At least incisive would help. Trevor Quickstep fine, Tech Plus fine, Finesse fine, Flair, Again. A Trickster Press Proven would be good. He's got no first touch, which sucks. He's kind of harder to link. And then left mid, wide playmaker again. Just wide playmakers. If any of these were inside forwards, then I'd be a little more excited. Explosive is good. So the thing you get out of a card like this, you probably put him on a marksman, do the same thing. Just try to increase the shooting with finesse minus there. And get his dribbling basically as high as you can. Passing is in a decent spot. Oddly enough, short passing is lower than long pass, but no passing play style, so it's a little questionable. You have to use this card early attacking. Just try to tech your way in every decent situation to go and score. The thing about a card like this, being 5'4" and his unique body type, while being explosive, means he's going to be great at shifting side to side, but he's a little bit short for actually getting past anybody. So you have to do, if you see my dribbling tutorials when I'm doing like all of the agile dribbling to actually get past somebody, when I'm doing it with Neymar, it takes a little while, but I'm able to hold on to the ball, the whole time. When I'm doing it with Musiala is sometimes less successful, but when he does succeed, he gets much further past the opponent. So somebody like this, being 5'4", it means any of the skill moves he does, any of the dribbles he completes, are going to be very predictable, are going to be very successful at keeping possession, but it's so hard to actually get past somebody. So 5'4" is normally a little short for the dribbling range. Best dribbling heights are 5'7", which is a little on the lower end, but it's Messi and Neymar, and their body types make up for it. Normally the best dribblers range from 5'8" to 5'9" for me. And 5'8" to 5'9" means I'm doing the agile, like lots of adjustments, but you have to take a little longer to get past people. If you're doing like 5'10", 5'11" dribblers, they can be okay. They're, again, a little more successful with any of their skill moves or dribbles getting past the defender into an actual, like, bigger space to get your shot off or whatever. So it really depends on the height range for players as to how you use them or what situations you're looking to do, get them in-game. 5'4" means you're basically shifting around the whole time, but just trying to look for a passing angle rather than getting past somebody a lot. Alright, we'll take a look at Ferdi Kadioglu here. This is one of the few cards who doesn't have a playstyle plus, which is really frustrating. Only one defending. Jockey's fine, but you'd hope for at least anticipate or intercept. First touch, fine. Rapid, depends on how you use him. He does have pace, so if you're doing like the attacking wingback thing, then that's not bad. Quick step, relentless, fine. He's very attack focused, which isn't bad. Dribbling's got a good layout. Not the best body type. He's 5'9" and mostly explosive. He'll be okay on the ball, but not the best. Which means for him, no passing playstyle I care about. Low passing. He's another, you're either looking for a basic and trying to improve that passing as well as everything else, or you just accept you're going to dribble through everybody and open up your passing lanes that way. Do the Guardian. Guardian's got decent passing. Interception's a bit low, but the rest of defending's okay. Salmon is fine with Relentless. He's quick. I know a lot of people would look at a card like this and go, oh, he's obviously an anchor or a shadow. I don't care about pace that much on my fullbacks for how I use them. Is he going to be worth the price is the question. Probably is the best or the most fun Premier League left back right now. With a chance for getting upgraded, hopefully a decent playstyle plus if his pro does well. Another card, if I packed him, I would use him, but I don't have a Prem team, so I'm not really thinking about it. And best Prem left back, but question is the price going to be worth it? Without Vekhorst, I don't even want to look at this card. Finesse, press proven, power shot, tech, quick step, aerial, those are all good. Power header. 6'5", we all have nightmares about this card from last year. You don't care about his body type because he's 6'6", and he's just meant to win headers and stuff. Dribbling's actually kind of higher than I would think they'd make it. Shooting. I would guess a lot of people would use like a Hawk or a Hunter on him. He's not a card I would ever use, so I'm not going to argue to try a Marksman or whatever. It's not like you're dribbling with him anyway. I guess the question is how these videos should go, because I don't care about this card at all. I know I'll come up against somebody who's just that opponent, that kind of rat, you know, and just spam mechanics with them. Not somebody I would ever look at myself. Like, it doesn't matter if this card was like 94 rated, I wouldn't use him because I just wouldn't have fun on the game. If you're somebody who likes this kind of thing, if you find crosses effective, might be one of the better plays to go with. It's not like the Netherlands is too hard to link with. There's 1 or 2 Eredivisie players, I think. Not Evos. Where's Chemlinks? Yeah. Not necessarily those that great of links. But, like, he's fine if that's what you're going with. I don't care. Jamie Bino Giddens does have one of the better... Yeah, does have one of the better body types. Sorry, I psyched myself out. No passing playstyle I care about. No shooting, no Travella. Which means we're just working with tech and quick step, and then rapid and flare. You'd hope at least for Tiki or Finesse or Travella. Inside forward plus is probably going to be ridiculous on him. The question is how good is the shooting going to be when he gets into those positions. 87 attack positioning is probably fine to work with. He's another I'd look at for a marksman. Mostly explosive no matter what. 5'10 means his skill movability should be pretty good with any 4-star skills. Passing I think you just kind of work with. Ball control's a bit low for what you'd want, but then again I'm using Musiala with also 93, so you can make it work. I think if you use a formation with a left mid and you use that inside forward, I think the roll plus is going to carry him. Hopefully he gets some good upgrades. I really like him in real life, being a Dortmund fan, of course. He's also extinct. He's going to be pretty pricey. Not somebody I'm going to buy myself because I've got Musiala at the left mid spot. Even though his attacking AI is going to be better, I think 5-star skills on Musiala is going to be more fun for me. Really hope he does well, though, for the pro, because I'd like to see this card get better. But despite the Dortmund sentimental value, he's missing 1 or 2 things. Either a little higher dribbling stats there, or just a better playstyle for him. Fabio Carvalho. Cam Playmaker plus actually isn't one I've used this year, so I don't know how well that's going to do. I've always done Shadow Striker or just Cam Playmaker plus singular. Explosive, lean short, 5'7", means he's going to be great on the ball. It's hard to get past anybody, but very high success rate of holding onto the ball with his agile dribbling. Vision short, long pass, all good enough. With pinged pass plus means you probably don't have to worry about increasing. Dribbling is well-rounded mid-range. Stamina 80, but relentless should make that okay. This is an interesting one. If you need the Prem or the Portugal links, I don't think 115k for this card's too bad. He's probably going to go down. This is obviously day 1 of the promo, so he'll probably end at like 60k or something like that. Depends on how good his pro is, of course, with the upgrades. He probably also has to be a marksman for me. Trying to get the dribbling as high as possible. 96 finishing is great to work with finesse minus. He's got a decent playstyle layout. 1 shooting, 1 passing. You're missing the first touch. That's kind of a killer for me. Attack minus is okay if you do use it. Quick and relentless are both fine. He's gonna be fun, but he's not gonna be super successful. Ping pass plus with a low passing should be just fine. You can get away with escaping from most situations by using that. High ball control and dribbling, lower agility and balance, but the explosive and the height makes up for it. Again, I think he's going to be fun, but given his dribbling just isn't quite high enough with missing 1 or 2 playstyles, means he'll be kind of like Insigne, great at holding onto the ball, but it's going to be hard to get that final move past an opponent to actually get your shooting angle, your shot off. Fun, probably worth the price, but despite him having a decent amount of the things I'm looking for, also not a card I'm planning on using. Unless that Playmaker plus is really fun. If it just works out for the formation I go with, then he's one of the few plus roles, I think, for that. Does it show me? No. I know that Laudrup card that came out recently has it, but I don't think there were too many others. Yeah, could be fun. Still not somebody I'm going for. Basically, the answer we're coming to is I'm not looking at anybody from the promo. Which is normally how it is. He's actually got a really solid set of playstyles. Pinged and incisive, both good. Finesse, tech, first touch. This is like all of the essentials for me. Maybe missing tiki-taka, but as long as you've got 1 or 2 of the passing, you don't really need all of them. Finesse is great. Obviously, Press Proven is the one I want the most, but they don't give that out to a lot of players, so I'm not necessarily expecting it, you know. All of that's fine. His body type's mid-tier. Controlled 510, or controlled explosive 510. Passing's in a really good spot. Shooting's well-rounded. Dribbling, you just have to max that out again. Okay, card. He's also Playmaker plus. If you need MLS links, then he's fine to go with if you're doing like an all MLS team. But obviously chemistry links and just being a little bit on the lower rated side means no one's really going to be going for him. I heard this guy's exciting in real life, but I haven't watched him yet. Is he younger? He's 33. Never mind. Also no playstyle plus here. Slide is meh, bruiser's meh, long ball I don't use much, but some people will like. Obviously with the dribbling being lower, he's not somebody I'm going for, so. It's actually deploying Playmaker plus, which sucks because he's not going to be that great on the ball. If you need a cheap Prem CDM, then that's fine, but again, not really somebody most people are going to be looking at. Tiki and Pinged are great. Lean Tall 6'3", interesting. Well, he'll be strong on the ball. Decently strong. Passing's kind of mid-high tier, but Tiki can get you out of anything. CDM deploying Playmaker. If I need a messy strong link at some point, he might do for cheap. Just kind of use him to test out some other players, that's fine, but he's not somebody I'd be looking to use in my FUT Champs team, of course. This guy, the pace is great. He's got 2 okay playstyles, the rest no. He's shorter, which means it's going to be just too much of a liability on corners, I think. Yeah, again, fine for links, but you're definitely sacrificing some other stuff with that card. We're not going to focus on these ones too long here. Igor Silva. Good accelerate, mid-tier body type. A little bit low on everything. Jockey anticipate fine. Tech, okay on a right back. He's not the greatest dribbling. Probably also be a guardian and just accept that his passing's not going to be that great. Wingback plus actually could have some success with. I haven't used the plus with that yet, even though I'm using wingbacks. But basically only somebody you're looking at if you're using Liga there. This is Liga, right? No, it's League 2. Never mind. Well, all Brazil team only there then. Interesting. Another MLS player. Pace is good. Defending, not bad. Reactions and composure a little low. Physical's pretty good. He's lengthy only. He's 6'4". With aerial. But missing anticipate and intercept, so. Again, if you need MLS links, that's fine, but not somebody worth going out of your way to use. This guy looks solidly mid-tier. Couple okay playstyles, but It doesn't say his body type. Mostly explosive, 5'7". Agility is just not high enough away from his strength there to be explosive. His body type is short normal, which is mid to slightly good tier. Yeah, not worth going out of way to link him in there. He's low tier. There's a reason these cards all at the bottom here are cheaper. Lucian, Extinct, surprisingly. Jockey Plus is good. Anticipate's good. The rest I don't care about. Stocky Medium is one of the worst body types. If you need the pace for a left back from the Bundesliga, then that's fine. Obviously, he might be one of the better French left backs in the game. But he's not replacing Rafa Guerreiro for me, so I'm not looking at this card either, even though Wingback Plus Plus might be decent. That's that whole promo. Do we have any other new cards? Let's take a look. Simicon, I know somebody was excited in the chat about this one. Decently tall, but no aerial. Decent layout of playstyles here. Pinged, not bad for center back either. Composure and reactions lower. What was his body type? Average tall. Mid tier. Physical's fine. Defending's a little low. While playing center back plus plus, I don't think it's too bad. Most people want to use defender. This one I've used. It's fine, but it's vulnerable once or twice. He's extinct. Oh, is this an objective? I think this was an objective card. Let's see on a shadow. Control lengthy. Good pace. Defending's kind of mid-tier. Actually, really high stand tackle with anticipate minus. It's not bad. If you need the chem links, he's going to be fine. Otherwise, again, not somebody worth like going out of your way to use. These cards, I don't think were worth. He's cheap. Shadow Striker, Tiki Tek, and these are all good playstyles, but explosive 5'3". What's his body type? His stats are too low to be actually interested, so you'd need an Evo for this card eventually. He's short and normal, so average to mid-tier body, or mid-tier to slightly good body type. But the dribbling's just so low to have any fun with him, I think. Even with explosive, these are going to be just hindered, or this is going to be too much of a hindrance, even with a good accelerate type. He will go up to, if he wins, he gets 88 dribbling. Marksman 92, so it'd be 94, which is still kind of low for a cam. 92, 90, 93, 88. It's okay. If you want MLS or Argentina, he's worth doing for 10k. Like, this card is worth 10k. I'm not going to complete him unless I really think there'd be an Evo for him. This other guy, Advanced Forward plus plus, one of few who gets this roll plus plus. Press, stocky medium, no. Even with a good height, stocky medium means no on attackers for me, so this guy's just a complete no. He's very mid on everything, even if he gets the +2. Okay, let's take a look at Joao Philly, because this card is interesting. It's a bit of a letdown for me, but I expected that considering it's a free card. No passing playstyle is a disappointment. Power minus is fine. You would hope for finesse, but oh well. No trickster, no press, which I wasn't expecting press, but I would love it. First touch is kind of a necessity. Tech plus is really good. He does have one of the better body types in the game. For skill moves, I'd at least say. I don't think he's the best, like, agility-wise, which is the same as Dybala for me. I think him and Dybala are kind of the same category. Skill moves are incredibly, incredibly consistent. He basically goes where you want with them every time, which you don't get from everybody. I don't get that with Musiala quite in the same way. I almost do, but not quite in the same. Joao Philly with the unique body type is going to be like perfect with the skill moves. Dribbling is about where you want it. You could hope for a little bit higher. Shooting is high enough with power. But I don't use a formation with left wings right now, so if you do have a 4-3-3, inside forward plus plus is going to be great. False 9 plus is a bit of a letdown. If he had advanced forward, I'd probably be looking to get him in the team, but as it is right now, I don't really have a role, so he'd be on the bench. I'd give him a try up top just to see if his dribbling really makes up for having the missing attacking AI, but he's just missing a passing playstyle there, or slightly higher on the dribbling. Maybe he could get an Evo way down the line or something. Give him like +1s here or something, but bit of a letdown overall. I will definitely try this card out just to see if the dribbling makes up for it again, but was hoping for a little bit more. Charleston here, I think, is going to be just a sentimental value card. If you really like him, or if you're like you're using a full Brazil team or something. Dribbling, quite low for any strikers I'm looking at. Passing, you can get away with. I mean, I've got Schuler with less passing, but she makes up for it in other areas. Acrobat Plus, if you're trying to have fun, maybe in like, you probably have fun with this card in Rush with Acrobat Plus. But beyond that, Spell Attack, fine, but I never do Acrobat stuff or Power Header. I don't use Rapid much. Flare, no. Average Medium, no. 6 foot, no. Controlled, no. 4-5 is decent. If he had Power Shot, that'd at least be nice. Power Shot minus, but no, we're nothing quite good enough there on that card for me. I know somebody had asked me about this Conseil card? I forget the pronunciation of that character, but we'll call him Francisco. Maybe I should do my research and actually learn how this goes. Okay, chat is informing me it's Conceição, which is a lot easier to pronounce than I thought. Lean short is good, although I thought he was short normal. Is he lean short? Interesting. So the two websites disagree. I don't know which body type he is, although I watched the Inception review on this card, and Inception said he dribbled kind of weird, which means I would assume he's short and normal. But they both disagree on which he actually is. Anyway, passing's really mid-tier. Right mid inside forward plus plus if you use right mids is going to be really effective. Might want to boost the attacking positioning and just do like a hawk or something and just accept his dribbling's not going to be that great. Try to get him in scoring opportunities and just go for all that. It's probably what most people do. I'd still do a few marksmen with him because he's already got decent agility and balance. You have to get these as high up as possible for me. Composure's a letdown. 82 positioning might be a bit low. Passing's all a letdown. Stamina is a little bit low for how much running my right mid tends to do. All explosive is great. 5-star skills is great. 5-6 is great. Body type I don't think was the right one according to Footbin at least. Question is which website is correct. If he was 50k, I'd probably do him and try him out or do him just for an eventual evolution. But as it is, shooting a bit too low, missing a shooting playstyle, or at least Travella. Missing first touch, which is a bit let down, and no passing playstyles, which means not a card for me. I'm also just not using Serie A right now. Have there been any other cards out lately? I don't think there's been anybody I've wanted to talk about. I was so disappointed about the last promo, but yeah, we're gonna hope they do some better things than giving everybody quick step. Anyway, that'll be the end of this. We'll get into our packs here, but hopefully, this might have been pretty long. Actually, I'm gonna have to make these shorter in the future, but hey, we've got a nice little podcast type video for people to fall asleep to, maybe. Anyway, let's get into the pack opening here. Alright, well the first two player picks here are from Objectives, and then, I forget it's this animation now, this is going to take so long. Well, we'll do it for the first time I'm opening a player pick with this, but yeah, it's Frankie, that's not bad. Confirm, okay, but that's just such a long animation now. I know you can press triangle to skip it all, it's still so long. Takes forever. It's Donnarumma. I mean, I can't complain about the rating for those two. These two are tradable. I guess we'll do the reveals for these. Dybala, Riyad Mahrez, Joshua Kimmich, and Cole Palmer. So we'll take Paulo. Not of high value, but we'll do it. And towards the end here. Okay. How much is he? I can't imagine he's pricey. I mean, 200k, I can't complain about that. Wow, okay. EA has been very kind to me on these players. I've gotten, the last 3 weeks, I think have been Bonmati, who was 200k, Inform Salah, who sold for 880k, and now another 200k, so I cannot complain. That's a promo too. Not a good one, but like, promos are so rare. I can't believe I got 2 of them here. Okay. Well, he's getting listed right away for, let's say, that price. No complaints to be found here. Could have been better, could have been way, way worse. So, thanks, EA. I'll have the loan here. I don't think there's really anybody I'm hoping for. And that was kind of worse than you even expect. It's probably Benzema. Just for some future friendly event or something. Yeah, this is only an 83 too, and it's a promo, and it's kind of broken. Did they forget to light the tunnel? This is only the MLS center back, but not complaining about a promo, but where are the lights? You can see him here at least. Is this intentional? No, surely we're supposed to see CB in the back better than that. Anyway, he's dancing too much for what that card is, but hey, maybe it'll get upgraded and we'll have a better SBC fodder player in the future. Alright, we've got an 84-4 here. That's a team of the week, I think. Goalkeeper. Yeah, I have no idea who this is. Washington Spirit. This is 86 Kingsbury. It's a promo card, theoretically. I guess I can't complain too much about that. Alright, we'll start with the Mega Pack for Rivals Rewards. This is obviously going to be nothing because Mega Packs are the worst packs in the game. Yeah, nothing. Alright. Alright, 75, 75. Let's do this one. No promo, no walkout. Oh my word. Oh, thanks, Elite Division Rivals. Well done, EA. That's a big letdown. At 50, you literally can't do worse. It's a walkout. I guess I shouldn't complain. It's Odegaard. Anyone else? I'm gonna guess no, but... Oh. You know what? Fine, I guess. This one's tradable, so he's going right on the transfer market, but hey, there's another 150k, I think. Yeah, 150 spot on. Yeah, I'm not using him. He's gone, but... I'm glad there was some... Well, okay, I got CR7 as the inform from the one-player pick, so I really can't complain either way. But then an extra 150 on top of that, that's like 300k right there. And then discard value here with some okay players. Gonna have to open up room on my transfer list, but I think we made maybe 350, 400k from Rivals Rewards on top of the 75k. So 425k maybe. That's not too bad. And we'll have another RTTK, or what is this, Party Backpack. It's always been the Blue Flare. It's always been the RTTKs, and it's always been nothing for me. And this is, I guess that's Havertz, who could get upgraded, but I'm not looking to use him. Oh, he's 89. That's higher rated than I thought, but he's 6'2" with the wrong body type. Striker, advance forward, chip. Javella, aerial, first in tech. Is he 5'4"? It's 4'4". Oh, he's 6'4". He's taller than I thought. Has he already been upgraded, or is he still getting more? I imagine he's already gotten some. I know this is a pricey card. I know I should be happy about that, but I can't use a 6'4" striker. I'm sorry. So he's not getting in my team. Can't complain, but also I will complain because it's me and I won't use him.